All right, so back to After Effects. I need you to remember to go to the class folders, go to Slam 19, Obiwan is right there. Drag this folder to your desktop. I already have it right there. Drag it to your desktop. Do not try to work over the server. You must drag it to your desktop or things will go badly for you. All right. Also, remember to put that Obiwan folder into your Documents After Effects folder. It should be in there like that. All right. All right. This gets it all, in a place, in order. After Effects needs order, and if you don't have order, then everything goes wrong. All right. So also, what you're going to have to do is when you save your project, you can see I have a project saved. You're going to save it into the Obiwan folder. All right. You have to do that, and you have to save every version into there, and everything you render as well. You want to save it into that Obiwan folder. All right. So and I'll show you why here in a second. Well, it's kind of hard to show you a mistake. It's really hard for me to make mistakes. I'm sorry. Wow. Hello. All right. So once you have that Obiwan folder in your After Effects folder like this, you're ready to get started. You want to start up After Effects, and you want to grab Grievous, Interior, and Obiwan. I'm just going to shift-click them all so they're all there, and drag it over here into your project window. All right. Some of you might have the render queue open, so just in case you have the render queue open down here, make sure you click it, exit out, get it out of there, because you don't want to drag stuff down to the render queue. That's a whole other thing that goes on. You want to drag this to the timeline. So you want to drag in Obiwan, drag it down there, and then the interior, drag that down there, like that. All right? So the interior is behind Obiwan. We can't see it right now, but it's there. And I got little eyeballs right here. See the little eyeballs? All right? Eyeballs are always about turning the layer visible or invisible. Okay? Another really tricky thing that'll happen to some of you is After Effects, it needs to know what layer you want to work on. And so it's all about clicking. So you got to click the Obiwan layer if you want to do work on the Obiwan layer. And you can click the interior layer if you want to do something to that. So it's really easy to be clicked on an interior layer and think you're working on the Obiwan layer, and you do this mask here, and nothing happens, and you're like, oh, it's not working. Well, it is working. The mask is there. It's just on the interior layer. All right, so look at the eyeball. Oh, there it is. Okay, so just be aware that you need to click the layers that you want to work on. Let me just delete that mask. Get out of there. Mask. There we go. So now that's gone. All right. So I'm clicking on the layer. Another thing that will happen, that will be a bad thing, is if you double-click a layer. So it's really easy just to come along and instead of clicking this layer, you double-click it. All right? And so when you double-click a layer, you enter into that layer. So now I've entered into that layer, and I'm now working on just that layer. See how this tab came up and it says Layer Obiwan Green Screen. So I'm working straight in that layer. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense when it's just a video like this, but other things, you can have multiple parts, and you can click into them. Double click does that. So if you ever see that all of this change like that, it just means you double clicked. And you'll go, well, Mr. Farley, it's not working. I'll say, oh, you double clicked the layer. Just get out of it. Just get out of it. Click the X. Get out of it like that. All right. Another thing is fit. If you want everything to fit in your window, right down here, just make it say fit. All right. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a mask with 6 clicks using the pen tool. All right. This is, anybody remember what this is called? A pentagram. No. Garbage mat is what it's called. And a garbage mat just cuts out all the garbage. All right? So
Garbage, get out of here, you silly.
all this stuff. Notice, this is a green room with all kinds of green stuff and a blue guy, but it's not perfect. This is terribly lit right here. This is not green at all. There's a blue guy there. There's even some lighting sticking in right here. So you want to just get, Xavier, stop. You want to get rid of all that stuff, and all that stuff is garbage. So you use a garbage mat to get rid of it. And that focuses everything down on here. Now I just have to worry about this stuff. All right? All right? But before we do anything with that, all right, we are going to add that to the render queue. All right? We're going to remember the same steps that we took last time. You're going to click on lossless, go to format options. You're going to go to H.264 right here. You're going to OK it. Then you're going to go to right here, output 2. You're going to name, I'm going to OK that. You're going to click that one. This is where we're putting this. We're not going to call it Obiwan green screen. Do not do that, please, because if you do, it will replace the one that's in there called Obiwan green screen 1KMLV. You don't want to keep that name. Please don't do that. All right. So I'm going to call this my naming convention underscore Obiwan underscore 001. All right. That's what it's going to be called. Did I delete my period there? There we go. .movie. All right. Click Save. Click the Render button. Okay. Now I have that whole first step as a movie in my folder. Okay. Now I'm going to delete the render queue. Or I'm not really deleting. I'm just getting it out of my way so I can see this. All right. And now we're ready to do the green screen. So I'm going to show you how to do the green screen. And I realize this is two things I'm showing you today, but let me I think that first step's going to go too fast. All right, so I just did the garbage mat part right there. All right, and make sure when you're doing the garbage mat that you only do like 6 clicks. You can do 7 or 8, but the less clicks, the better. You don't want to try to get in there and click around him. This is a garbage mat. It's not you're not rotoscoping. You're not trying to cut him out with the mask. All right. So green screen. Remember I told you there's a plugin. The plugin is called Keylight. All right. And what it does is it cuts out green screen. So there are 3 steps to making it work. Actually, it looks like there's about 5 here, but 3 very important things, and I have them outlined right here. All right. Yeah, and I apologize. I don't think these numbers they don't go along with these numbers here. All right.
So which one should we listen to?
Yeah, good question. Yeah. So let's just do this effect key and keylight. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Make sure that you're clicked on the Obiwan layer, because that's what you're going to cut out. That's where the green stuff is. And we're going to go to Effect, Keying, and Keylight. All right, and it looks like that. Now Keylight has a bunch of controls. All right. But the most important one is the screen color. See the screen color? And it's British people.
Yeah. Josephine, it's a proper way.
All right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little eyedropper right here, and that little eyedropper lets me go over here and click the green that I want to cut out. Now there's a lot of different shades of green. I'm just going to get maybe right around here, just because that's just sort of a regular shade of green, and it did most of the work right there, just right there, boom, looks pretty good, right? However, it looks good right now because I got this purple line here around here, but if I click down here on nothing, that purple line goes away, and I can see that it's not perfect. Does everybody see how it's not perfect? All right, so that is not it's close, but it's not perfect. So to make it perfect, we are going to, it's all in the steps right here. All right, I just used the color picker. I'm going to go right here to View Screen Matte, and I said right here, it's number 1 on the graphic, so Screen Matte. Everybody see that? All right. So what I'm doing right now, instead of viewing it as the final result here, I want to view my matte. And remember, the matte is the black and white version of what's going to be cut out and what's going to be left alone. So there's all kinds of inside, outside, combined mattes, blah, 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 blah. Correct it. Yeah, there's all kinds of things here. We just want to look at the screen matte. All right, and the screen matte just shows us in a black and white, representation what's going to be left alone. Everything that's white here will be left alone, and everything that's black will be cut out. All right, so you can see there's gray down here. There's gray right here. Does everybody see the grayness?
Yes, I
And that's what we're seeing. It's not cutting it all out here. So we want to make this black, and we want to make this white. All right? So to do that, we are going to open up the Screen Matte Twirly right there. All right? So I'm looking at Screen Matte, so I want to adjust the Screen Matte. So I just open that up. And what I want to change is the clip black and the clip white. And I'm just going to roll over the clip black. Watch the black over here while I do this. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. So clip black. See how that, just a little adjustment there, and it all went to black. And didn't go to black here, so I can push it a little further and get rid of most of that black. There's actually shadow right here, and the shadow actually helps. If you have a little shadow moving on this, then it's going to actually look more realistic. So I'm going to keep that shadow right there. I don't want it. I could get rid of it, but I actually like the shadow hitting a little bit like that. So I'm going to keep that. All right. Now clip white. If I move this one, it makes him just all complete white. All right. If I go too far, look what happens. So I reverse it. I turn black into white. So just be very careful with your adjustments here. You just want that grayness in him to go away to white. And a little bit of specks does not matter. It's not going to be a big deal. Now that I've done that, I can.
Teaching us imperfection? My God.
No. I'm teaching you perfection. So final result. If I go to final result now, I look at it. Looks great, just like before, but I can only tell if I get rid of this purple line here. So I'm going to just click nothing out here. And okay, it still doesn't look perfect. So as I look, I can see this right here. And so I really need to push that further out. Now I can, without looking at my screen matte here, I can still adjust these. So I can just look at it. Unfortunately, that purple line comes back. So I'm going to sort of just, there we go. I'm looking right here to see where that goes away. And right there. All right. There we go. So that's pretty good. All right. So adjusting this is really just it's important. It's a matter of looking at it and getting it right, getting it as good as you can. When you're cutting green screen, it's all about finding a balance between what's going on. And I can see some problems here still. There's these bright splotches that are coming in, but I'm not going to worry about those. All right. So pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Once you get him cut out, you are going to composition, add to render queue. And you are going to H.264. By the end of this project, you are going to be an expert at the render queue. You are going to name it, your naming convention, 83 underscore Obiwan underscore 002. All right. Obi-want. Yeah.
Obi-wannabe.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, let's go. Obiwan 002. And render. Okay, give it a try.